Well, good day, guys. This is going to be part 8 of the Yak 55M build series. Now, I know this is going to seem a little strange. This is the last video. However, I came into a bit of a problem while recording. Not so much the recording, but had an issue when it came to transferring of files from the camera to my computer. I lost 3 files, individual record files, which I would then put in sequence for the entire video. So I lost the first bit, the introduction, which I'm having to redo again here. Section in the back and someone in the middle. So what I'm going to have to do here, guys, is you're going to see I'm trying to piece together a video, the final assembly video and the initial start. So I hope you enjoy this video, guys. So what you're going to see now is possibly the part of the cowl fitment, and then the initial engine start, and we'll go from there, guys. So here we go. Alright, so I've cut a hole in here, as you can just see down the bottom there. It's not overly neat at the moment. I will tidy that up after. So as you can see, we have the cowl sitting how I want it. Now if we zoom in, you can see the blocks that I have glued or put to the side of the firewall. It's a bit easier to see on this side because of the light. The issue I'm having, you probably can't really tell from the camera, but I've got about a 10-15 millimeter gap in between the actual cowl and the mounting block itself. So what I'm going to have to do is put on extra, well, I might have to make something up for the block to sit on, or I guess you could say a wedge to go in between and adhere it to the actual blocks themselves. That way it's something for the cowl to sit on, because while I can have it just as it is and just have longer screws through, over a period of time there will be stress cracks in the fiberglass. So I don't want that to happen. So I'm going to have to rectify this. So I will be back in a jiffy. Alright, so we have made a little bit of progress. What I've had to do with the cowl so far is I've put some extra blocks in on the actual cowl itself. It's a bit hard to tell from the light, but this will help fill in the gap. So what I have to do now is, the big dilemma I have is, the screws were originally designed to go into the wood here, which is just straight balsa. Problem is, because of that, the screws that they provide aren't long enough. So I'm going to have to get some wood screws that are just a bit longer. So we'll be back. Alright, guys, so a little bit of time has passed. I managed to rummage through my screw box. No, that was not a euphemism. So found some longer screws, and they are in nicely on the sides. What I've also done is cut out the excess of the cowl so the wings can slide in. So now what needs to be done is I have to put a small hole in for the vent tube here. So I'll probably just have it, like I could possibly just have it coming out from the spark plug lead there, but I mean it looks a bit cheap to have it like that. I might just have a proper hole for it to go through. Then it's a case of, I accidentally dropped this earlier, then it's a case of putting in the dummy radial engine, which is really just a plastic plate, and cutting out a vent hole. So I'm not too sure. I think I still might make a bigger hole underneath here, just purely to get rid of any excess hot air. So I will be back. Well guys, it's come to this point. I have 99% finished, and as you can see, the cowl is on. I haven't screwed it in because I have to take it off again, because I will do an initial start of it. However, we have the dummy radial engine in. I have to cut out a hole here for cooling. It's all cut underneath, so I had to do a little fair bit of trimming underneath so that the pipe, because I had to cut out a section here so that the pipe can fit through the cowl, so it just pokes out. Got the vent tube hose here, or the vacuum tube hose. So yeah, so as I mentioned earlier, I've cut the excess out here. So really guys, this isn't going to be the prop I will be using for the initial run, or for the maiden flight. This is actually off my extra. I've just put this on just for show. So basically, I've got to just finish up a little bit of work inside. I'm just going to take that off there. So just tidy up a few little things in here. Just give it a clean off. Just do a few more checks. And really guys, all that's left to do now is sticker this thing up. So what I'm going to do is, off camera, I'm going to put all the stickers on it, and you will see it finished, apart from the prop. Alright guys, so I've gone over everything. The cowl's fitted, the engine's set, all the screws and everything's done, so he's ready to see. Oh, it's not in here, isn't it? No, it's finished, so I'll take his outside and we'll see the finished. Okay, so just saw the, I guess you could call it a little montage of the model finished. Now it was just for filming purposes. It was together but loosely put together, so there was no wing bolts, there was no screws in the cowl, because what we're going to do now, we're going to start it. So I'm going to have to take the prop off, the cowl off, because the engine will need to be tuned. So let's get this thing started.
A few moments later. Five minutes later.
Well guys, as you saw, the engine started. I did expect it to be a bit cumbersome to get started for the first time. I had assumed that the needles were at factory settings. However, as you saw, as I'm flipping away and it'd cough and start for a bit, it'd rev up and then die out. The needles were just put in, so I had to put them at factory settings, which was 2 turns out for both high and low end. Once I'd done that, as you saw, the engine was running nicely. Then just off camera, I just gave it a slight tune, just so the engine can make power, but it's still running decently rich. It has to run from memory 5 liters and on a rich setting, and once it's done 5 liters, then you can just tune it. So guys, that is it really. All that needs to be done now is just to check the balance and CFG on it, and it is good to go. So hopefully the next video you see will be the maiden flight. So that is it for this build series. I hope you've enjoyed it. As always, guys, if you have any questions about the model, the engine, the electronics that I'm using, don't hesitate to comment down below. I'll do my best to answer your questions. And until then, guys, I'll see you later. Cheers.